啊！我今日想玩呢隻早排買落嘅一隻小遊戲啊，叫做 Big Dipper 啊。如果照字面解咧，咁 Big Dipper 就係滿天星斗，我哋嘅北斗七星啊。咁呢隻 game 究竟點玩咧？係咩類型咧？要玩幾長？啲獎杯難唔難攞咧？我今次係事前一啲 trailer 啊、trophy 街都冇睇噶嘛，我哋一齊試下玩啊！睇落係一隻 indie 遊戲啊，咁我哋就應該都唔會太難啩。先 next line circle back triangle on menu close by continue。睇嚟可能係一個文字小説遊戲啊，係嘛？會唔會啊？會唔會係啲追女仔 game？哇，有中文喎！我哋玩中文定英文？佢 PY 係咩？我想睇下 PY 係咩話。PY 係咪原住民話嚟嘅呢啲？哦 search 啊！我上網 search PY 係等於 Python 喎，呢個唔係電腦語言喎，大佬。你俾呢個小説如果係用，我哋試下中文先啦，都係唔好啦。睇見啲簡體字眼冤，我哋唔好重蹈阿達哥覆轍啊！支持你啊，大哥。好 ，new game。Nicholas，我哋係，我哋係聖誕老人。Nicholas 係咪聖誕老人啊？我哋係咪個小精靈？我哋係咪就係北極嗰度嘅聖誕老人工廠？係啦，聖誕老人因為係有手喺紋身啊。That's 8。X 咪話下一句喂。哦 ，Andrew，我係 Andrew。阿爺嘅嗰個 Pop 係爺。我哋係聖誕老人個孫。Don't do anything about it, even if I try。有眼袋。Belgium L， 我唔係好中意飲 L。今日隻眼狀況唔係好好啊！今朝起身滴眼藥水都滴咗幾次，隻眼今日都係有啲花。冇變過喎，啲大細有少少慢啊，啲掣啲 delay，啲上下左右。 我哋一個好冇想像力嘅小朋友啊！點解一路喺度數緊8、9、10、11係其實數緊啲咩？我唔明。哦，佢哋打緊牌係嘛？7、8、9、10嗰啲係打緊牌。齊過聖誕過新年，一家人想要齊齊整整。呢隻 game 已經係過咗聖誕，啱啱喺 Christmas Eve 定係 New Year's Eve 㗎啦，先講係個 Eve。如果唔係聖誕老人，可能就真係兩個都係 lumberjack， 兩個都係木工伐木工。哦，俾返錢佢啊，原來。你同8腳。 如果用埋配音咁，我唔使咁傷心喺度睇。啊！而家啲字又細，眼又花，好辛苦。好似阿 Andrew 咁樣，我隻眼度擘唔大啊！我 I fell asleep。咁快俾佢眼前一刻可以耐多幾秒啦，你而家咁樣突然間又翻嚟個節奏。北極想去邊度咧？係挪威啊，即係北極圈定係邊度咧？你哋話好凍啊，講係真係。加拿大1年11個月。Reindeer。呢個字幕嗰度應該後面係黑咗咧，又易睇啲嚟。 係咪好似我哋加拿大啊、挪威有啲地方，其實美國都係有啊。到冬天時，好多時啲熊都會匿喺啲屋 basement 啊、個 deck 底啊，暖啲咁喺度冬眠。有時啲人就話聽到啲怪聲嘅，啲熊瞓覺喺度打鼻鼾，嘈到拆天咁，跟住要揾緊專人嚟麻醉佢哋拎帶走。所以啲熊嚟到屋度，真係好似童話故事咁啊！三隻熊，三張床喺啲屋底度瞓覺咁都唔，可能有真係緣由㗎。好，等下先。I locked the door from the inside and looked out the window. I caught a glimpse of something moving. 哇，鬼故啦，開始變呢個 Until Dawn。先 quickly persuaded myself that this was the beast disappearing back. Numb hands. 俾人搏暈咗啊！黐線啊！喺自己屋企，你起個火起5分鐘，你唔知有人喺你後面。The bang came from my lifesaver in the field of scrambled eggs and fried potato. Cast iron frying pan， 我都有一隻啊 cast iron。早幾年啲人話正嘢啊嘛，話煮嘢食，嗰時學煮嘢我都買咗。的確其實幾抵嘅，如果真係 keep 得好 cast iron 係可以真係全家寶，用百幾年都唔爛，因為佢係生鐵，成嚿鐵咁你話煮飯又點會爛呢？跌落地都唔爛啊！黐線啊！你快點強姦我啊！真係啊，做乜嚟人哋屋企剝濕我啊？應該已經有2個獎杯。Clear silhouette behind the colorful mess, but then I saw a girl crouching before me。貓，我啱啱第一起身，佢唔係應該高過我 ？With a gun in her hand，佢踎緊喺度。你有冇玩過 Call of Duty 啊？一條友係 crouch 嘅時候，佢支槍仲夠唔夠位對住個頭咧？ My gun! I was staring down its barrel, and the girl was staring at me intently without blinking. 係同喺度撩女仔。Ringing in my ears， 咩啊 ？When weren't helping either. Hello? Did I do something wrong? I don't know yet. 你有槍你大晒啦。What 即係呢個又係入咗紅屋企嗰啲古仔啊！頭先講緊個童話故事，呢啲童話故事依一代小朋友唔識咯。蘇爾山人就唔會聽過個細路女蕩失落去咗3隻小熊屋企嗰個古仔啦。Her voice is full of soothing austerity， 即係好似呢啲，如果唔識童話故事咧，咁就唔會睇迪士尼，又唔會明 Shrek 嗰啲童話故事世界，唔會明 The Wolf Among Us 呢啲 reference。The gun point at my face wasn't enough to show her intention. And you will never know if you shoot me. Do you take me for a murderer? Bear Corner， 我哋屋企係咪 Bear Corner？ 我唔知喎。咁樣嚟整到個人踎低都好得意，紙娃娃嚟到。My easy wing and my brain felt like mashed potato, even though I didn't feel any thought. 俾個生鐵鑊漚落去都唔使救啦，如果後腦應該爆硬缸啦。I moved cautiously. I could move free and was much larger and stronger than her. I kept my distance so I wouldn't scare her into doing something rash and unreasonable. 佢又唔似個賊，又唔似有危險嘅人喎，但係都解釋唔到點解佢會喺呢度。我個名叫 Andrew。我住咗喺間屋5年㗎啦，今日我揸返車返嚟，開咗個門用條鎖匙開㗎，跟住就俾人從後攞個燒鐵鑊漚個頭啦。有啲咩分享啊？5年。點解會變 Q 版㗎？Her episode echoed painfully inside my head. Eardrum were being scratched on sandpaper. I tried to gather my thoughts, but they were scattered away about like purpose. I had to give her credit for still holding on to that frying pan though. 冇，公仔冇畫套出嚟冇。Can I help you in any way? How long ago? The TV's older. Where can I? 佢以為死咗啊！以為 Nicholas. His what? His workshop? She had to squeeze the word out of herself. It was basically drowning in the sea of tears. When I was finally able to piece the puzzle together, it hit me. Too late? She presumed him to be dead. 咁啊 make sense 啦。There was no way a random person could find this house and worry about some stranger. I think there's some sort of misunderstanding. Nicholas is alive and well. He's just not living here anymore. The soap, 綠眼嚟喎。Now only hiccups disturbed the silence of the room. I was almost ready to relax, but the house shook from another wave of tears. What a relief! Please stop crying. Everything is fine. 突然間我諗一路都係諗 Call of Duty 點解？可能一開始有啲 reference 講咗支槍對住。 I was never taught how to deal with situation like that. How should I calm her down? Did she have some sort of switch for that? A stop work maybe? I want to help her out, but she went completely silent as soon as I took a single step. And eerie silent, even the hiccups were gone. Keep your distance! I took a step back. She resumed quiet. 黐孖筋女人真係。I took a step forward. She went silent once again. We were playing with fire. I still the one with the gun. Hey, let's do without threats. 黐線嚟人哋屋企搏濕人哋個頭，跟住仲攞槍行住人哋，知道自己搞錯咗未啊你 ？I just want to help you. It's not a good idea to sit on the cold floor. 即係，唉，真係呢啲嘅鋼鐵直男喎，呢啲真係不能接受啊 ！Now can you move away? As you wish, not very sociable, are you? 喂，唔好意思喎，你先係住喺個森林住咗5年嗰條友喎，你同我講話我唔識我擅長社交，你同邊個講嘢啊？話佢識講，你幾識講嘢喎？細路後生女。I want to be ignored, but my thought was cut short by shit. My guest was obviously hungry. 仲要煮白飯，你啲港女嚟㗎係嘛 ？You did not hear that, alright? Where do I find Grandpa? Is he in town? He lives in an old workshop. Is on. He shut the door on me. 食蕉啦！佢嚟嗰時，我哋見到紅個人係咪就係個紅變成個美少女啊？我哋睇日本神話睇得多。佢冇揸車嚟過，如果佢喺有架車屋企，我哋會知㗎。Such a poor man, did she just up and leave? I checked inside my pocket. My car keys were there. The gun and the pen were also left behind. 咁佢自己走，我都唔理佢。What a crazy woman! Damn right. Mind telling me where are you going? I caught up to her near the fence. To town. No hesitation. You're Julia, right? Nicholas' granddaughter? I don't remember telling you my name. Yes, it's very nice to meet you as well. Are you stalking me? Just a heads up, you were the one to sneak into my house. Be glad it was just me. Why are you following me? Think I owe you an apology? No, that wasn't my intention at all. Alright, sorry, I didn't have to attack you there. I was scared, that's all. 咁咪好，大家咪好 easy 啲啦，係咯。You did it from behind with a frying pan. I'm sorry, I really am. I don't need your apologies. And what do you want? Are you a predator or something? 點解我個角色一路都唔肯企起身嘅？為咩事啊？係咪棘住咗啊佢？即係點解要咁低講嘢啊佢 ？Did you leave your car nearby? No, actually, I'm not sure. Not sure? How you get to town without it then? On foot. Listen, I don't know how you got here, but we're kind of in the middle of a forest. The town is at least 30 kilometers away, so if you don't come back to the house, there is a high chance we'll get lost. You just chuckle in beside. You'll get eaten by a bear or simply freeze to death. I'll be okay. I'm safe here. Why are you so sure? Mysterious silence followed. I turned back. My house was already hidden behind a row of trees. The snowfall was so heavy I couldn't see a thing. It was dangerous to venture any further. Besides, I wasn't wearing much, and the cold started getting to me. Hey, it's not like I know the forest that well, and someone shrieked behind me. Julia slipped up, rolled down a small hill. 黐線有冇？我冇着褸嘅時候，你仲要 有呢啲咁嘅蝦碌賣萌，碌落個山，我點救你啊 ？And neither do you. It seems. You stood up and brushed the snow off her clothes. This trail is supposed to be shortcut, if I remember correctly. You don't seem extremely confident. Let's get back into the house and think it out. Believe me, traveling on foot is kind of a bad idea. And why should I trust you? Because it's a reasonable thing to do, no? 哎呀，呢啲即係哪裏來的自信啊？呢啲女仔。Let's go. Pop would never forgive me if he knew I let you go. Why, Pop? What do you mean? Are you guys close enough for you to call him Dad? We are colleagues and friends. You should have said that earlier. 哇！你又突然間咁近，有咩事啊你 ？There was no trace of hostility left in Julia's facial expression. So that's who Grandpa is friends with. It was almost as if she was happy to see me now. I'm his only friend, really. Well, it's not that cold yet. Was she that brave or just plain stubborn? But if Grandpa said there will be a blizzard, we should probably stay inside. She nodded and flashed me a charming smile. Let's go! Sure, you seem to be hungry. Pizza? 屋企有 pizza， 喂！呢啲地方唔似會有急凍 pizza， 真係由刀砌起。I love to have some。呢個地方係咩？邊個國家？喂，我投入唔到啊！我當佢加拿大定係當佢挪威定 Iceland 啊？喂！ It was warm and cozy inside. Luckily, I managed to lit up the fireplace before getting smacked over the head. You should get closer to the fire, warm yourself up. Quite easy to lose your limb to hypothermia in these parts. I have this winter hat and these mittens. You are the one neglecting your own health. Wow, 我除咗衫啦，叻仔。Well, everything just happened so quickly. I hope you don't mind if I put the gun somewhere more safe. I mean, in my hand. I of course said I'm really sorry. If I knew you were a friend, I wouldn't have acted that way. Should I write it on my face? 呢啲都係中文稿嚟㗎係嘛？ The girl laughed. Maybe you should. I took you for a burglar at first. Burglar 住喺深山，即係以前香港俾啲省港旗兵嗰啲偷渡客住嗰啲咁樣嘅感覺。荒山野嶺真係揾鬼去 burger 咩 ？Julia had already taken off her coat and was straightening up her sweater. I was finally able to take a good look at her. She was pretty and, thanks heaven, didn't inherit any feature from Tom's on top of the eyes. A burglar who comes here by car opens the house with a key and gets inside to warm himself up. How did you decide to arm yourself with a gun? I'm always a bit confused when I come to my senses. Sometimes it makes me do or say strange things. I can tell somehow. 係啦，咁this house hasn't changed much, so I assume that Grandpa still lived here and you were a nasty trespasser. It's true that I had no chance to remodel the house. Was always a bit tight on time. By the way, what do you mean by when I come to my senses? I took a pizza from the fridge and shoved it into the microwave. Pizza 唔好食㗎喎，起碼都焗爐啦。It's a bit complicated, a very long story, so to speak. We have plenty of time on our hands. Behaved a deep sigh. promise me you won't laugh. I've been sleepwalking since I was 13. 哇！你已經咁快鋪晒啲伏線㗎喂，我輸俾你啦，俾你喺度過夜實。I would just go outside and set out in random direction. 呢啲要綁有張床角㗎喎，呢啲地方冬天 sleepwalk 真係會死㗎。It was a sight to behold for people passing by. 其實我細個都有 sleepwalk 嘅，有夢遊嘅，住喺香港嗰陣，所以都真係識上樓梯，識講，識答啲簡單問題。所以我完全覺得係有可能嘅，即係有時啲人 sleepwalk 係識開門出咗街嗰啲，香唔出奇。And it was impossible to wake me up, absolutely impossible. So someone would just lead me to a safe place, the police or the hospitals. Nothing to laugh at so far. I can stop if you want. No, please continue. So my parents decided to put me under rock and key. They set up cameras and locked the door to my room. 其實佢咪俾人禁室培育啊！細個點解越講越怪嘅喂？媽咪分即係霸凌啲阿爸媽唔愛佢嗰種，收埋佢喺閣樓嗰種嚟。Mom even showed me the record once. I just stood in pitch black darkness and turned the doorknobs. It was so spooky. I bet it was. The seizures continued for a while and then suddenly stopped. Seems like the other me, who was taking control at night, gave up. I forgot about my night strolls for a while, as did my parents. My habit returned when I started living alone next October though. I used to wake up in the forest or at the lakeside, a long way from home, sometimes even tens of kilometers away. 咁勁嘅喂，夜晚行10幾公里或者行幾個鐘㗎咯，仲要識路。And now I'm here. And where are you from? Oppenberg， 我哋即刻 search 喺個地方喺邊先頂啊！呢個名似德國名，我哋係 center 係 Russia 呢個地方，原來係俄羅斯。What? The Orenburg from Stoutenburg? Really? 我即刻變晒 accent， 我哋唔係好歧視。It's at least 2,000 kilometers away. It's pissed already. 其實條女係咪鬼嚟㗎喂大佬 ？That's right. I took out the plate and handed it to her. She carefully took a slice of pizza and put it in her mouth. No need to rush, so you came all the way from Orenburg? Seemed like it. How do you get here? I don't know. What's the day, by the way? December 喂，原來 New Year's Eve 我哋到今日先知啊！我哋 Julia's mouth went gap and she dropped the slice she was holding. You must be joking! I swear. Oh God, I was away for a month. Do you really expect me to believe you got here in a month? Sleepwalking all the way. 即係其實佢係一隻熊，都話係熊展托世變美少女啦。不過係日本不嬲係美貓變貓，貓之報恩，鶴之報恩。俄羅斯就係果然係熊之報恩啊！ My parents must be very sick. What a disaster! I sighed. Her story was hard to believe. I had to call Mom. I'll say I went to see my friend in the country. No, of all people would know I had no friend like that. I seem to have lost my phone to both. My head was splitting open with pain again. You can use mine. Just please calm down. Really? I owe you one. 打 long 啲每6秒6毫啊，唔該啊，之後擺返低啲錢啊。Julia clutched the phone and ran outside, and I finally picked up the plastic bag that was sitting by the front door. The chicken was already flying. I hope Julia won't wonder wander into the forest again. A muffled voice could be heard from the outside. She was saying something about the boonies, bad reception, and memory loss. I had to call Pops and ask him to pick her up. I almost forgotten how busy I was myself, how much I need done before Mom came to visit, and I didn't even know how soon she was going to come. Got to contact her as well. 定係呢啲係穿越劇咧？會唔會呢啲？其實呢個係阿媽後生嗰陣呢個，仲係做女嗰陣。Julia returned visibly exhausted. Well, it didn't go that bad. I was able to persuade her that I'm alright. What a nightmare. A month of my life just poof gone. I bet she was expecting you to come for New Year's Eve. My parents don't celebrate. They don't even set up trees. They're always going on business trips, so they don't spend that much time home anyways. And that means I'm always all alone during the holiday. 呢啲性暗示星詞啊。I still love that time of the year though. Well, at least it's nice that your mom worries about you. Isn't that true for every mom? No, not for mine, at the very least. Julia wanted to say something but hesitated. She probably had some questions but was afraid to sound rude, which was rather amusing, considering she was the one to smack me with frying pan just a while ago. Do you want to call Pops? He'll be delighted to hear you. Yeah, I probably should. I miss him so much. Wait, what if we surprise him? 黐線，我唔得閒車你去啊！吔蕉啦你，港女 ，Wouldn't you present to you to be enough of a surprise? I mean, is there a chance I can see him? 幫你 call 的士啊，唔通 Uber 去個森林度啦，唔該。Out of the questions, the trip would take too much time, and I'm expecting guesses. 哦，即係 okay, sorry that was present on me. Not as present as pointing a gun at my face though. Though I had to admit her confidence level dropped at least twofold from the fateful moment of our meeting. Now she just kept on fixing her hair. I was probably too harsh. No, not at all. I'll drive you there any other day. You're Nicholas' granddaughter. After all, but today I understood 你自己去角仔匿埋先。I understood she rubbed her brow. Do you mind if I make a call? No problem, should I leave? You don't have to, I just need to check on something real quick. Julia nodded. I dialed Mom's number and turned away reflexively. I didn't expect much. I wasn't even sure if she'd pick up. I was ready to hang up and shoot her a message when she called suddenly connect. Hello? Hi. Cold as ever. When will you be coming? Well, as soon as I finish. Got it. Andrew? What? Are you alright? And are you genuinely interested? Everything's fine? Alright. Be careful on the road. There's gonna be a blizzard. I dropped the call as she was saying something. This would put her in my shoes for once. 家庭關係咁複雜嘅。I hid my trembling hand into the pocket, turned back, and was met with a judgmental look on Julia's face. I hope you weren't talking to your mom right now. Oh, are you gonna teach me how to deal with my own mother? Seems to me like you hate her. Don't blow it out of proportion and don't look at me like I'm some sort of monster. You don't have the full picture. I'm only talking about what I see and I'm more than willing to listen to your side of the story. No, you're talking about something you have absolutely no idea about, and do I look like I need a shoulder to cry on? I'm not going to pity you. She gazed at me intently and couldn't suppress a nervous smile. As you wish. Seems like it's easier for you to open up to a rock rather than to another human being. It would be such a shame to let someone know you can be vulnerable, right? She extended her hands toward me, waiting for the phone. We will have to do without surprise. What's going on? Am I really that repulsive? My relationship with Mom is my own business. Why would I confess to a stranger? Why am I even worried? Who cares about what she thinks? I surely don't. Maybe. Some time passed, but Julia wasn't coming back. 我偷埋我個電話喂! She was so lively while talking to her mom, but now I couldn't hear a thing. I clearly made a mistake. Julia had nothing to do with me and Mom not getting on well. I was straight up rude. She most likely meant no harm. And she had popped blood in 切慣鬼事咩? He would also scold me all the time. I hope she won't take everything to heart. Still, that look in her eyes. Did she despise me so much? The front door opened without a sound. Cold wind made my skin tingle. Julia's face was red for some reason. Everything okay? Yeah, I guess. Sorry, I went a bit too far. I didn't mean to offend you. I'm sorry as well. Should have minded my own business, so it's my own fault. She covered her face with her hand. Something wrong? No, I mean, I'm fine. How's Pops? Did you talk to him? Yeah, you were right. He was delighted to hear me. Said he'll come as soon as he finishes some business in the workshop. What's the deal this time? I thought we have finished everything by now. 佢係聖誕老人啊! Julia averted her gaze. I didn't try. Well, anyways, that's good news. If you wish, you could. Can I use your bathroom? Huh? Sorry, it may sound strange, but I don't remember when was the last time I took a shower. It would also be cool to do some laundry. Sure, it's on the second floor. Well, you should already know that. Bathrobes and such are in the closet. Fresh towel are on the left, and if you want a hairdryer, I think I'll manage. Sorry for the trouble. She nodded in gratitude and went upstairs, trying to hide her beet red face under her hair. I shook my head. What happened to her? She didn't want to as much as look at me a minute ago, and now did Pops tell her something about me? Oh Jesus, gossiping again. I mean, it's not like I want her to hate me. And she was acting ridiculous. Besides, did she just go to a shower knowing there's no one but me in 50 kilometers area? I'm not sure not some sort of barbarian, but a man nonetheless. Me being friends with Pops was not a reason to be so relaxed. 其實呢隻 game 你想帶出啲咩啊？點解咁反覆嘅個通？你係想光明正大定係鬼鬼祟祟咁啊？ I also hope she wouldn't open the bottom drawers. I shoo away any awkward thoughts. I should have offered her a change of clothes. My washing machine could dry, but it would take a lot of time. And also, I really want to see her in one of... 咩事啊？一隻嘅邊度 took a wrong turn 咁急啊個 It was hot inside. I need to air the room and clean up a bit. I just noticed how messy my place was. It's hard to spot the mess when it gradually grows, but now looking at it with fresh eyes, I understood the full magnitude of the tragedy. My workplace was buried underneath wood chips. Garbage bags were sitting in my room for ages. I was so used to step over them that I no longer noticed. 其實我屋企都係咁嘅。All my dishes were in the sink rather than on the shelves, soaking in still water. Wait, what's that mold going over there? I felt disgusted by myself. Good thing my mom wasn't here to witness this nightmare. I start with kitchen, gathering everything that missed the garbage bin due to my impeccable aim. Wash all the dishes and when 人哋沖涼先喺度洗水，其實你會唔會影響到咧？你啲荒山野嶺一定唔係中央供水啦，你呢啲係自己個 boiler 嚟啫喎，自己嗰個 septic tank 嗰啲一路 kill 啦，啲 generator 咁。And went over the shower with wet cloth. It actually felt quite refreshing. The dust here seemed to be age old, even though I was sure I cleaned everything just a month ago. You could drown in filth just by being in this house for a while. When I finished cleaning the first floor, my truck's trunk was filled with 8 garbage bags, one of which was filled sticky with plastic bottle. Strictly. There was much less garbage on the second floor, probably because I rarely visited it. So all I really needed to do was getting rid of the dust and whip up the pillow. I got to work, and after some time I heard the shower door crack a little. Welcome back. Thanks, you've done a good job. When I lived here back in the days, we used to boil water specifically to shower. 我以前返大陸嗰啲農村都係咁樣，要煲水溝落去沖涼，大概一烹熱水鋪2-3份凍水咁啊，快手啦，毛巾抹身啦，又可以最後得可能1-2個嗰啲沖廁所嗰種殼啊，嗰啲膠殼。咁可以淋一淋個身過水。Yeah, the good old days. Every modern household here has their own personal boilers. I see. Did you find anything? Yeah, I knew our washing machine could dry, but never tried it myself. I had to dig the menu for some info. This was bad. She did open the bottom drawer of the 收埋啲咩啊？飛機杯。Now that was awkward. Julia was blushing again, and I wanted to throw myself out of the window. We stood still and studied the floor for what felt like an eternity. Then she finally spoke up. You've been cleaning? A good idea. Can I help you somehow? There's really no need to. Please, I'll have nothing to do until Grandpa comes anyways. At least that way I'll do something useful. I was grateful for her attempt to dispel the awkward atmosphere, so I decided not to protest. 等我開返個突然間醒起身 check email。喺度等下 text 整個 message 先。 好快啦！哇！我男聲。Well, would be great if you could dust the pillow laying in the corner behind the curtains. Julia lifted the curtains. That's my nest. Your nest? I used to drag everything I deemed interested in here, so my grandpa called me a magpie. And that place she called my nest. This was my bedroom. Isn't it a bit cramped for a bedroom? Attic 嚟㗎係咪 bedroom? As if you understand, this was a royal chamber for a little girl, so let's get to it. Do you think it's a good idea to go outside just after the shower? Well, it's just for a bit. The clothes dry much faster when you wear them. Pops will blame me if you catch a cold. You act like an old man. What are you, 80? And you look like in your early 20s. Don't tell me you had never jumped into snow after the banya? 咩叫 banya 㗎？ I never had, as a matter of fact. Sauna banya 原來叫做。I never had, as a matter of fact. I gave up. Julia scooped up the pillow and ran downstairs. I was roaming. I was rummaging through the closet when I heard strange sounds coming from outside. Julia threw pillow枕頭 beat them against each other. Covered them in snow and kept on sneezing. You could hardly call it dusting, but I couldn't help but smile since she was so enthusiastic about it. 其實買風味 It was my mom. My teeth clenched involuntarily, as hard as bear trap. I didn't pick up, but not because I didn't want to talk. Quite the contrary, I want to vent everything I was holding in for 8 years. I want to show her with all of my anger and spite. I was sure I'd feel better, but I chickened out. I was afraid that I would regret it. Why are you so gloomy? Who called? I didn't notice her come back. Why I didn't notice her come back. She come back too. Good thing I didn't pick up and she didn't hear what was on my mind. Julia was strangely worried about my problems. Wrong numbers. You're done? Yes, sir, done. Absolutely not. Snowflakes sparkle in her hair. I'll clean up the nest. Promise me you won't go in until I finish. Okay? 個 nest 其實即係個閣樓，定係佢即係佢間 sure thing. She disappeared behind the curtain humming some unfamiliar tune. I got back to my own duties and then I heard something crack. What are you doing there, peeling off wallpapers? Mind your own business! So I shouldn't worry? No reaction. I was going over the shelf when she had finally stopped struggling. Can I go in now? No, not yet! But you seem to be finished. I'm almost certainly not. Wait a bit longer. Scrub the floor for now. I stepped on something here. What arrogance, yet the floor was definitely in need for some scrubbing. That's all, go in. I looked behind the curtains. Julia was laying on her back straight. The light from an old lamp was trembling slightly, as if it were die out at any moment. Wow, whoa, you aligned the pillow. Good job. 係咪即係 pillow 啊？喂，大佬咩事？我唔明呢句啦，留到尾。Curtain pillow. Good job, good job. Come here. She pat the pillow beside her. 喂，又係咁。I shoot her a quizzical look. Hey, I'm not suggesting anything strange. Come on, lie down. Don't be afraid. I'm not the one who should be afraid. I crawled toward Julius without arguing. Hey, be careful with my hair. 黐線，真係咩事啊？呢啲阿媽嚟緊嘅喎，你個同事又嚟緊嘅喎，你阿爺嚟緊嘅喎。Are you ready? I shrugged, not exactly sure what to expect. She flicked a switch. Wow. The light went out, and in a second, the upkill ceiling was lit up with a bunch of bright colors. I gasped in surprise. I did peel off the wallpaper. Yay! What is this? How? Fluorescent paint. When I was little, Grandma to draw with me a lot. The wall, or rather ceiling, became our canvas. Did you know she was an artist? No, Pops always chose clothes off whenever he remembers her. The old man found it so hard to open up. Look, there's a squirrel in the corner. We meet it in the forest, and I drew this on the same day. Looks like a rat. Well, all rodent look alike. 冇錯，松鼠同老鼠都係 rodent，都係一啲。等我彈住呢度抽先。免費十抽，會唔會出到好嘢呢？免費自選十抽。喂，第一隻開蛋，正咩和硬肉定和火嗰隻？唉，免費嘢有一隻都抵啊！呃田王。 好，中一隻就唔再搏咯。Well, all rodents look alike. And what's up with its tail? Stop it! I was really bad at drawing back then. I'm still am, to be honest. 哇！突然間起歌。Julia's drawing were easy to spot, and even scrawny with a lot of unwanted details. And her grandmother's were the exact opposite, simple but artsy. And who's this girl riding a bear? You? Julia mumbled something to herself. I don't remember. Maybe Grandma drew it. Why do you cover them up? Julia sighed. When she died, I couldn't sleep here, so I always went downstairs to Grandpa, who was working through the night to get his mind off things. He put wallpaper over the painting to ease my pain as well, but I just couldn't force myself to come back. Do you miss her? I see her in my dream fairly often, even talk to her. 琴晚發夢都諗起 Grace 嘅都見到 Grace 啊。不過琴晚發夢就係聚會咁樣，所以見到其實好多其他朋友添。咁啊 Sometimes it's very hard to wake up. Julia sniffled. She did it as quietly as possible, but I was too close to miss it. I could feel the smell wafting from her hair, warm and fuzzy, an aroma unlike any shampoo. Julia, now it's your turn to tell a story. She was trying to be upbeat and cheerful. Now her trembling voice gave her away. My turn, huh? What story can I tell? What's up with your mom? Look, it's a very long story. Hey, my two stories were fairly long as well. Can you give me that one in return? Two? When was that? My grandma and my sleepwalking. She was right. I heard a lot about Julia even before we met, and now I knew even more, but I was still a complete mystery to her. I liked listening to her speak, and it was only fair to return the favor. And sharing my honest thoughts wasn't such a bad idea, was it? Probably. Where did I start? Start from the beginning. How did you two met? Oh, it was on a sunny summer day. Julia burst into laughter. The tension hanging in the air was gone in a flash. I had a wonderful family, to be frank. I was surely of it. Such a warm and loving family was a very rare among my peers at the time. Dad tried to spend most of his free time with me, and Mom always supported him. I was the happiest boy on the planet. Every day was fantastic, and I couldn't imagine it being any other day. Julia held her breath, listening closely, and then Dad was gone, and the magic atmosphere went away with him. I was 14 at the time. Ah, the difficult age. Turned out the boy who weren't as pampered as me matured a lot faster. I was an outcast, too soft and naive. Dad's death became a catalyst for the bullying. Children tend to be cruel, you know. I later understood that they were jealous. They thought I was feeling superior and didn't want to hang out with them since I had my ideal family. And when it became not so ideal, they gloated over it. Did you really feel superior? Maybe. I was extremely proud of my dad. He was an air pilot. Sometimes he picked me up from school right after the landing. He wore his awesome uniform, a coat with 4 golden stripes on his sleeves, and a pilot cap. I couldn't be happy at the time. And that may have been the problem. You shouldn't show off your happiness to someone who's less fortunate. And your mom? My mom had basically disappeared. She stopped working after my dad had passed away, and we would not see each other for weeks sometimes. She came home when I was already in bed, and she went to work when I was still asleep. I was only reminded of her presence by the fact that she constantly left some food on the table. I thought that a common grievance would unite us, but it put us further and further apart with each passing day. Our relationship was reduced to occasional phone calls and silent weekend breakfasts. I started skipping school because of the bullying. My grades dropped. She was informed of that, but hadn't said a single word to me. And I would have been happy if she had shouted at me or had shown concern in any other way. I stopped trying to get rid of that icky, unpleasant feeling from my memories of the days that grew increasingly sad and lonely. Julia didn't rush me. And then I ran away from home. I didn't plan to. It just turned out that way. One day I came home from school after a good thrashing and called her. Thrashing 點解俾人打定係咩啊？哦，俾人打然 call thrashing 係俾打，暴打添啊，應該屬於。I want to spill everything to her, wanted to tell on the bullies. I didn't care if the whole school thought I was hiding behind my mom. I want her help much more than to stop the bully itself. She could have at least said something to encourage me. But she just dropped the call. She was probably busy, but I felt so betrayed. Knowing that your most precious person didn't have time for you, I left my phone, gathered my things, and took off. How old were you at the time? 16. What happened next? I spent a couple of nights at the train station, then signed up for a having job. I was lucky to find a company that helped me rent an apartment. After 2 weeks, my boss told me there was a search going on for me. I met with mom. She asked if everything was alright. She didn't even flinch. And I told her how I felt, that I was much better than before. She gave me my phone, a bit of cash, and left for good. End of story. Well, it's definitely not the end, considering you are waiting for her visit. I don't expect much. Does that have anything to do with your trembling hand? Oh, so you noticed that wasn't intentional. Well, it may have played a part. Julia was deep in thought, and I was finally able to sigh in relief. It was hard to share personal stuff like this, but it was even harder to keep it pent up inside. I never told Pop this whole story because that would look unmanly. It would look childish. Nonsense. There's nothing childish about sharing your problem with other people. In fact, being childish is not an offense either. Being an adult is far worse. So why is Pop is like that? Like what? Very infantile. I'm glad to hear it. If you are not hinting at Alzheimer's, of course. We both laughed at the same time. You know, sometimes I find it very hard to understand my parents, especially Dad. He never once visited Grandma since the time he left. Even when she got sick, she didn't come to the hospital or to her funeral. I thought I would never forgive him for this, but I did, eventually, and still I couldn't quite understand him. And Grandpa didn't say a thing. I'd be furious if I was him. but he was so calm and collected, as it was the way things were supposed to be. I always thought that there's something adults know that we don't. And as soon as we get the knowledge, we become adult ourselves. Our woman child, 23 years of age. Hey, it's good to be minor, a lady of her age. You're young and pretty, isn't that the best time for that? Aww, she swallowed her words. Was she embarrassed? I want to turn my gaze toward her, but my vision was limited by how dim the light was. Anyway, it's not that simple. Julia continued the conversation. When I graduated school, we had a huge fight, and with that, I missed Grandpa and want to come here, and he insists I enter a university. I cried a lot and said some really stupid things, but he still heard me out. And when I calmed down, he hugged me real tight and said that I was just like my grandma. This was the only time he ever did something like that. He and Mom, they always thought strong emotion to be something unnecessary. I think being like that means being an adult. But at that moment, I understood just how deeply he loved her and how hard it was on him. I mean, everyone has their own way of dealing with grief and showing support. Your mom certainly did care about you, since she was always cooking you breakfast. And how should she know you need her when you didn't even tell her about it once? It's cool when someone can understand you without words, but try to get into her shoes. She was supporting your family by herself after she lost her dad. You're expecting support from her, but you didn't consider she also needed it. Well, she never said anything. And so did you. She organized a search for you. She was worried that something might have happened to you. And you told her you were better off without her. What was she supposed to feel? Her husband passed away and her only son turned his back on her. It's a miracle that she was tough enough to carry that cross. Julia's voice trembled a little. My eyes strung out a little bit. And you should know what's it like to lose someone precious. Then why would you force other people to live through it? Not to mention your own mom. I've never looked at it that way. Try not to say anything you would regret from now on, okay? Yeah. It's a promise then. It's a promise. She snuffled quite loudly. Good to hear. Julius was about to get up, but I gently touched her shoulder. Let's stay here for a little while. I didn't want her to see my face right now. Julie returned to her spot without arguing. There's also nothing internally wrong with crying, you know? Yeah, I get it. I looked up at the many drawings, and one in particular caught my eye. Shade of violet and pink. A giant bear reached up to the sky, and the forest that was hardly reaching the bear's belly. I felt like it was staring right at me. The silence was broken by a sound coming from Julia's stomach. Oops, it's time to go downstairs. You think so? I'd love to chill here some more, but if I don't cook something for you right now, I'd be consumed by guilt or you. I crawl my way outside. Julia followed suit. The sun had almost hidden behind the treetops. It's getting dark. Pops should hurry. Your mom as well, if there is really going to be a blizzard tonight. To be perfectly honest, there's nothing about that in the forecast. I don't know why Pops decided it's going to happen. It's a bit windy, but nothing to be constitute a blizzard. If Grandpa said it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Why are you so sure? He has a gift to forecast weather, to see the future. He would beckon me to look out the window sometimes, and I did that just to see Aurora relics appear right before my eyes. I don't know how he did that to this day, but I don't doubt his words. I smirked. Being so naive at her age was rather cute. Pops just probably could tell by his bones aching. 風濕，北極光唔關風濕事喎，太陽唔通太陽黑子射落啲骨度咩？電子 Did you know that aurora borealis is just solar dust grinding away at our atmosphere? A mighty mimic thing. And did you know you're completely bored? Insult me some more and you will be left starving. I'll eat some snow. We kept on arguing. We kept on arguing until we reached the kitchen. I only had a couple pieces of pizza and some pasta with sausage in terms of ready food laying around in the fridge. Other than that, it was stuffed with canned food, vegetable, and raw meat. Pizza or pasta? Well, let's start with pasta. Start? Come on, I'm practically starving here. Come to think about it, you were wandering about for a month without any food. It's a mystery how you managed to survive. It's my normal diet. A very bored statement. Now that explains everything. What do you mean? The fact that you eat so much, you accumulate nutrition and then use it sparingly, like a bear? Yeah, don't be shy, eat up. Julie started consuming food with enthusiasm, but her face contoured right away. And what Master Chef, may I ask, cooked this? It was me, what about it? How in the world did you manage to ruin something as simple as pasta? 我都係唔識煮嘅都。I scooped some pasta with a fork. It smelled and tastes ordinary. Seems fine to me. I eat it with no problem at all. Poor creature. Must be tough living your life with no idea how real food tastes. Oh, don't blow it out of proportion. Are you going to cook for your mom as well? Of course. Stop making that face. It's not that bad. Besides, it's not like I'm forcing you to eat it. I'm okay, thank you. I'm at the very least save someone else from the suffering. How nice of you. Just keep in mind, if I get sick, you'll be the one to blame. Or your gluttony. Shut up. Stop speaking with your mouth full. Also, did you know that your metabolism slows down as you age? With eating habits like that, you'll be fat, ugly, and incredibly sick when you get old. Boring. I rumble in my pocket and pull out a key. Right, I almost forgot. What's this? What's this? Speak after you chew. Julius, okay? It's a cellar key. Pops gave it to me a while back. I never knew that cellar even exists. I've never moved any of the furniture here after all. Julie had finally finished the sausage. Grandma used to store sacks of grind and potato there and pickle vegetables. I hope there's nothing there that was once edible. As far as I know, Pops keeps all sort of garbage there. New Year's tree ornament included. Julie's eye turned as big as plate. Now what? Can I help you decorate the house? Please, pretty please. Alright, you're a holiday for children enthusiast. I haven't decorated a New Year's tree in ages. I've almost forgotten its smell. There's plenty of them outside. Go have a sniff. Minis! I thought Pop would pick you up by now. To be honest, I gotta call him. Andrew, my boy, what's up? You coming soon? Did you forget? I've got plans for tonight. What are you even doing? Oh well, yeah, was tinkering with the engine a bit. I'm done. Now almost ready to go. You are a car mechanic now? I hope you didn't break anything else. If you don't come, your granddaughter here will have to spend the night in the forest. Julius stared at me in outer shock. Yeah, gotcha. And he hung up. Don't look at me like that, it was just a joke. He will be there in a couple of hours. Strange, I thought he'd be rushing here after hearing about you, but he's not in any sort of hurry. Who knows what business he has? I know all about his business. He's either sawing trees or smoking in his workshop. That's all the business he can have. Will you ever stop grumbling? It's not even clear when your mom will come. Didn't you want to call her, by the way? I sighed. After my conversation with Juliet, I didn't know how to approach my mom and what to say to her. I'll call her in a bit, probably. No, you have to call right now. And why's that? You can't run away from her forever. You hung up on her before, right? It's simple courtesy to call back. Alright, spare me preaching. I dial mom's number, I trying to control my trembling finger. Hey, you coming? There's something wrong with the car. We need to change some part for spares. So they told me. Should I pick you up? No, I've already found a driver. He's going your way. Huh? Who's that driver? Now don't get in the car of a complete strangers. He looks like a good fellow. Do you think all predators have their intent written all over the face? Send me his plate number for safe measure. Sure, Andrew? What? No, nothing. See you. Bye. I end the call that was closed. Julia peered into my eyes triumphantly. Whoa, you can be like that too. Bearable? Caring. That was cute. Stop imagining things. It's just ordinary safety concerns. If I have sent you to Pops on a taxi, I would have remembered its plate number as well. Could you do that from the very start? No, I was speaking hypothetically. Taxi don't come here. Her enthusiasm did not waver. Well, since Grandpa and your mom won't be here for a while, I can help you decorate the tree and even cook you something for dinner if you are a good boy. Pops want me to decorate the tree with Mom. To be precise, he want me to make my guests happy. He meant my mom, right? It's not like he could have predicted Julius coming here. Well, if she arrived too late, we may not have enough time to do it. Alright, we will do it, but let's start with the outside of the house. Why outside first? Well, if we were to believe Pop's forecast, we should hurry up before the visitor comes. We moved the couch. There indeed was a hatch underneath it. Cold emanations from below. 哇，咁凍房真係凍房啊！呢啲 The air felt humid and dusty. Ew, the cellar was filled with unfunctioning electronics, furniture, and old boxes. Julius swiftly locate the one we need, and we return the furniture to its rightful place. She opened up one of the boxes in the blink of an eye. There they are. Grandpa used to hang these lights on the roof. It always looks stunning. Do you think I'm not up to the task? Sir, no sir. It's already pitch black outside. I hope that Julia would help me hang the light, but she probably thought that making a snowman was a much better idea. I brought out a ladder and climbed up to the roof. The lights themselves were easy to install, so things moved quickly. I was on the other side of the roof in no time. Julia, on the other hand, was so engrossed in playing with snow that she was particularly unaware of her surroundings and don't look my way even once. She was seemingly used to be left to her own device, judging by how good she was at rolling this giant snowball all by herself. I wonder how well did she connect with her peers? Did she have a boyfriend? I, for example, was a complete rookie in relationships. Never even had a chance. The girls at school avoided me for apparent reasons. The only female that showed me any attention was a lunch lady from a nearby factory, Larissa, who flirted with pretty much anybody. And all in all, I was a total virgin. I felt warmth coming from Julia through though, and it didn't look like simple courtesy. I could have even believed she was into me, well, if she would look at me even once, but not today, I guess. I'm done here. Look at. I froze in place while I was deep in thought. A bear had emerged from the forest. Julia didn't notice it, but it did notice her. Oh, look, beautiful! Your mom will surely appreciate the effort. The beast stood up on two legs. A satyr bear will do that to show off and warn others to not move closer. You would have found a satyr bear wandering the forest in winter, though. I took a deep breath. Sit. Sit. I took a deep breath and shouted at the top of my lungs, Julia, run! She sprung to action and got up the ladder in a blink, and the bear just stood there, unmoving. I threw off the ladder so it couldn't climb. 傻仔，傻塞咗冬瓜. Wait! What's there? Julia shot the bear a cursory look. It studied us for a couple of minutes, tilted its head to a different angle, and then just turned its back on us and strolled into the forest, almost as if we were unworthy of its attention. Phew, what a close call. You scared me to death. Should have told me it was just a bear. Just a bear? Are you out of your mind? It would have swallowed you whole. Nonsense. Well, tell me then, what were you so afraid of? I thought there was a forest witch. Huh? A forest witch? When I was little, Grandma told me there was a witch in the forest, a witch that killed birds and beasts and drank their blood to prolong her own life. You dumb? How can you believe in such a fairy tales at your age? But it's true, I even saw her once. How old are you? 5? Little kid's imagination can take a rotten trees for an old person. But she wasn't old at all. Julia's stomach reminded of itself at just the right moment. Hungry again? No, it's the pasta talking. And what's up with the snowman at here? Where did you get that? I found it laying around. Now tell me, where's the letter? What a moron! She definitely did not like me now. I don't want to hear that from someone who believes in forest witches. And you are a genius who decided to get rid of our means to get down. And what do we do now? The window is locked from the other side. Well, we can always jump. But it's so high, I'm scared. I just can't understand you. I tried, I really did. How can you be scared of forest witches and such small heights, but not bears? And weren't you scared of going into the forest at minus 30 Celsius? And why did you even climb here when you could have just ran into the house? See, I feel a lot safer around you. My heart skipped a bit. Stop it! Stop what? Stop being so cute, please! 救命啊！你哋兩個咩事啊 ？You think I'm cute? You're as cute as you are weird. Say it like I'm the biggest weirdo on the planet. I didn't say that. Let's see. I will jump down and bring back the ladder, okay? I lay in the snow without incident and got the ladder back up. Julia sheepishly placed her foot on one of the ladder planks again and again. On the fourth plank, her foot slipped. Watch out! 係咪獅子睇啊 I stretched out my hands reflexively, and Julia landed right into my grasp. 呢啲地方此處應有本，應該有個 CG 嘅喎。有冇玩過 dating game 㗎 ？It's alright, you're in safe hands. Thank you. She blushed, but then averted her gaze. I couldn't believe how light she was. I have a question. I just need to ask. Sure. Can you promise to answer honestly? She nodded and held her breath. Where did the weight you had been accumulating for years go? Congratulations, you've won a medal. She jumped off to the ground. What kind? For ruining a perfect moment. 冇錯，呢啲直男真係好抵打。What do you? I was interrupted by noise coming from the road. Someone's car. I thought it was Pops or my mom. They couldn't have been here this fast. Julia seemed to think the same. So soon? She almost sounded sad. The noise was becoming louder. Windows in my house starting shattering. This was too loud. It wasn't a normal car, and there seems to be a lot of them. No one had turned our way though. I wonder how much were they paid to work on New Year's Eve. What was that? The forest is due to be cut down. They finally got to work, it seems. Impossible, the forest shouldn't be disturbed. Just this forest? I mean, I don't like that idea, but why this particular forest? You'll laugh at me again if I told you. I see. It's because a bear spirit living here, right? You know about it? The girl is... The whole town knows. I bet you don't believe in it, but that's okay. Do you see it as well? I didn't, but it definitely exists. This means there's a higher chance to meet a forest witch than a bear spirit around this part. Julia shot me a mysterious smile. It's so cute, I won't even try to change your mind. And if that will calm you down, Pops is sure nothing's gonna happen to the forest. The bear spirit will come and save the day like it always does. If Grandpa said so, it's going to happen. Let me guess, because he can see the future. It's one of the reasons. Test my faith or you won't 錯字咋係嘛 Your mean spirit skeptic, I won't budge. Wasn't my intention at all. By the way, what about the tree? I found a really good one at the backyard. Come on in, I will join you soon. Apart from all the echo from logging trucks, it was incredibly quiet outside. Even the air felt softer. It was either the calm before the storm, or Pops was wrong with his prediction. I carried the tree inside the house and was met with a surprise. Julia was glowing like a rainbow, wrapped in countless lights. Do I look pretty? Very much so. I'm especially interested in what brand your earrings are. Where did you get them? Found them laying around. How are you again? It's a secret! Julia burst into a laughter. She didn't look like an adult before, but now she was behaving like a mischievous little girl. Will we decorate the tree, or are you going to spend the rest of your life in these boxes? Wait, there's so many cool things in them. Fireworks, a whole box of them. You can't decorate a tree with that, but you can fire them. They're too old, probably past the expiration date. You're such a what? Skeptic, pessimist. It's very nice to meet you. Fireworks have no expiration date. None at all. They spend so much time in that cellar. They probably wet on the inside, so they definitely won't fire. Are you boring me to sleep? No harm in trying, you know? I sighed. Fine, we can try them, but let's do it later, okay? I bought the trees, after all. But there's still so many. Oh, what now? I replied in unexpectedly rude manners. My voice expressed much more irritation than I actually felt. Julia, who just now was brighter than a full-blown New Year's tree, shifted to a dark mood. She looked at me with disappointment and turned away. It's nothing. A lump of guilt was stuck in my thought. I'm genuinely interested. It doesn't matter. What's that, books? Julia looked at me with doubtful eyes. My childhood photos, books, and grandma's notebooks. Can I take a look? Do you like little girls? Who do you take me for? I mean the notebooks. Your grandma was a skilled artist. Oh, besides, I've already seen plenty of your childhood photos. Perfect! It's not like I asked for it. Pop's just like bragging about you. Julia handed me a small leather-bound tome, but gay, a sign depicting half of a spruce was in script on its front cover. I skimmed through the book. There was a lot of text, but not so much in terms of drawings. It's all handwritten. Looks more like a diary. I call it a collection of our land's legend. Grandma did it all by herself. Make sure to read it later, alright? Otherwise we won't be able to decorate our trees in time. I've got everything covered in that regard. Julia took the test as seriously as possible. She was meticulously picking the toys and where to put them on the tree. She could spend up to 5 minutes placing one. And if that place was too high for her, I would be the one to place it. Oh, not there. But I follow your directions. Put it a bit to the left. Now that's it. By the way, have you ever decorated a New Year's tree with your family? Every single year until Dad passed away. He absolutely loved the winter holidays, so we would always set up the tree in the early December and would only get rid of it at the end of January. It was a lot of fun. What was the most fun about it? When I was a kid, Dad would always put me on his shoulders, so I could place the star, the main piece of decoration, by myself. I was always horrible at it. My mom always fixed it, thinking I wouldn't notice. We also share a hobby with Dad, collecting aircraft models made of wood and plastic. I had a vast collection in my room, from huge to very small, and the tiniest of them we would use as toys for our trees. Mom would make us cheesecake with hot chocolate, and we would wolf them down while decorating. Sounds awesome! And what about you? I mean, from the time you used to live here. We would camp out with Grandpa to get the tree. Camp out? You have plenty of trees in your backyard. His eyes became dreamy. We looked for the finest spruce in the whole forest. That was our goal. Grandma would prepare our backpacks. We even took a tent with us. We traveled the forest for hours, and when we got tired, set up a fireplace and roast sausages. If felt like a genuine adventure. Where I was an explorer, following his guide to unknown lands. We even spent the night under the open sky once. We had pure little energy to come back. And what about bears? We met them from time to time, but they never attacked us. How in the world? Because of Grandpa. Does he have some sort of special aura? Something like that. I think he's the forest guardian. Don't make that face. With Grandma spoke first. Alright, please continue. When we eventually found the right trees, Grandpa would cut it down, tie it to his back, and we would go home. We always returned really quick. It seems like magic to me back then, but now I understand that we were just going in circle around the house the whole time. Oh, that old trickster. But it was such a grand adventure for me every time. When we arrived home, Grandma would always claim she lost the cellar key, and we went searching for it together. It was the New Year festival designed for me and me alone. They sure loved you a lot. I know, right? And then we decorated the tree together. I was very small, so I could only hand the toy to Grandpa, just like with you today. I told him where should the toy go, and he would always misplace them. I would always make a fuss about it, and he would pick me up so I could do it myself. Childhood is a magical time, and one's parents are their personal magicians. Judging by what you told me, your whole family consists of mystic creatures. Hey, stop that. Alright. I think you are making a wonderful magician yourself someday. Julia showed me an embarrassed smile and flicked some hair behind her ear. You really think so? I do. I also felt heat rises up in my cheeks. It's a bit embarrassing. Sorry. It's okay to be... It's okay. To be honest, it made me a bit happier. And that is for the tree, I think. You don't seem too happy. We were done too fast. You know, when I have a giant family, I place a huge fluffy tree in the middle of the room and buy a ton of toys, so the decoration process would take up the whole evening until there's no space left on the tree.我哋應該隻 game 過到一半㗎啦，因為6個獎杯，我哋頭先各攞咗3個劇情獎杯，有啲喉嚨着火嘅感覺啊！ 啊，佢講嘅就唔係我講嘅。呢啲唔係舞會嗰種舞會，呢啲只不過係即係酒吧嗰度，定係現代攬住轉嗰種。呢啲只不過就 enjoy the moment。係我哋。煮飯仔mediator task refreshing the knowledge every 50 years. Isn't it a bit too serious for a prefix? Do you say something? Do you know who the mediator is? No, what about it? Nothing, was just curious. Forest Witch Homer. 唔識咪呀？ 即係遊戲而家去到結局啦，睇完過咗高潮位，咁呢個遊戲小本經營都好，但係佢做得比較差，就係有啲表情啊，日本遊戲、日本追女仔 game 會做得足好多，就係啲眼神、啲口會喐啲表情，即係就算個人都係動喺度，但係有好多唔同嘅變化，即係頭先好多個女仔squinch 咁望住個男仔，咁呢啲其實可以做出嚟笑，又係可以加個笑容，呢啲佢係做得好美中不足，即係太小本啦呢個製作。煙花可能就引導到阿 Nicholas 同埋 Mom， 就見到有人放煙花，一支穿雲箭咁啊，識嚟啦，終於。When the big apple drops. Champagne. Soon get some 上樹梢頭，就要放煙花，唔剝落去，卜卜。此處 注英有本啊。呢個係咪俄羅斯小森林傳說古仔？一個現代愛情一個 spin。OK 啦，即係當係一個完全遊戲6個獎杯乜都唔使做，由頭睇到尾嘅古仔。唯一可惜係啲紙娃娃系統啦，個表情我覺得係可以做好啲啦。CG 唔多啦，首先個古仔都成個鐘嘅應該。第二朝到啦。我唔明，我諗佢將間屋賣咗俾男主角，咁咪啱啱好咯 perfect 咯，唔係呢個故仔。最後咩事啊佢？係就係重新一次睇相。仲要內置限定時間，我又冇得轉下一塊，撳咩掣都冇得。係咪可以有表情變啊嗰啲？Well， 咁啊完啦，一個小小地嘅遊戲，一個小小地嘅愛情故事。俄羅斯加中文英文，咁我諗可能真係俄羅斯嘅中國人工作室整啊。點先？我仲要頭先 save 咗個 save 冇埋，好嘢好嘢。想半咯，係咪睇翻中文嗰啲？我倒車啊！頭先佢哋倒咗幾多架？自動。咁啊，咁我轉頭開台整個中文版，收台先，拜拜。